Hey folks, Joel Lenderman here from Lenderman Shop, and this is why I think you should use an original John Deere belt on your tractor. Coming right up. Okay, so you may recall back in August, about a year ago, I put up a video of how to replace the belt on your tractor. So I'm not going to redo all that because that really hasn't changed, went pretty well. However, I used a generic belt last year to replace the original belt on my tractor, and you can see that I've been picking up pieces of belt all over the yard. So the other day I was cutting the grass and all of a sudden I heard a thump, 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 thump. And apparently what had happened the day before, the belt had come off the front pulley. So it's either the belt wasn't really that good, or secondly, I didn't have the tension correct on the belt. And the tension may have been the issue. But nonetheless, the other day, pieces of the belt started coming off. So I went out to Lowe's and I bought an original John Deere belt, which you see here. So I paid about $39 for this belt. The one that I put on last year was about $20, so about twice as much for the original John Deere one. And when you go to get the belt, if you get it in one of the big box stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, check the number on the outside. Where is that number? Check the number on the outside. Reflects the number that they have on the inside of the belt here. I don't know if you can see that. Now I don't know if the generic belts do that. Just double check to make sure the number here is also the number on the belt. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm not going to show you how I put that on because I did that on the video last year, and I'll link that down below so you can see how I put the belt on in my previous video. So consider buying an original John Deere belt, and I think you might be a little bit happier. Okay. So here is the belt as it is on the deck right now. You can see it's quite beat up in there. On the back here you can see that there's not too much tension on it, even when I have it engaged. So it may be the case that maybe I didn't have the tension on it strong enough. So that's something you might want to check out when you put your new belt on, and I'll do that at the end of this video. Okay, so there she is. The deck is off the tractor. You can see right up in here, it really got chewed away here, and you can see some marks up there, probably because my tension wasn't good. So I'll have to keep up on the tension on these things. So to check the tension, that is right over here, and apparently I've never done this before, but I saw a really good video on YouTube, and I'm going to put that link down below too. The guy does a really nice job. I forget his name right now, but anyway, you just loosen up these two bolts here and slide this back, and that's going to pull on that cable that you have attached here that goes over here to engage the blades. So that you pull that back. It should tighten this up a little bit. I'll see how that goes. And yes, the new John Deeres do not have this here. They have it, but it is welded onto the deck here. So this is no longer an option for tension control. And I don't know, quite frankly, how to do the tension on the newer ones. I was just looking at them the other day over at the store, and this is welded on. So somebody else, you're going to have to jump in on that one. So, okay. And you can also see that there is a lot of this type of stuff on the deck. And I did see some of that stuff floating around in my yard, and it turns out that this is part of my belt. So I'm going to go ahead and vacuum all this off first, so I get all these fibers up. That's not good to have hanging out in the yard. And then I'll take this off. I'll probably just cut this belt, although I could probably get it out of here. I got to take this off. I got to take this off. Get this bed out of here. And I think on my other video, I just needed to loosen this guy up here to get the belt down in there. This one I was able to wiggle in. So we should be in pretty good shape. All right, let's see how this goes. There it is, all set to go. All I have to do is put these covers back on over here, and be ready to slide the whole thing back under the tractor over there. And again, the only thing I had to loosen was this guy here. Loosen that up, pull that up, and then I was able to wedge that under there. This one I was able to wedge under without loosening that up, so hopefully you'll be able to do that as well. All right, let's see how it goes. I'm going to put these covers back on and get it back under the tractor. Okay, well, I just took it for a run, finished up the grass that I couldn't get to the other day because of the belt breaking, and so far so good. So right now I have it engaged, and I have about this much tension. As you see, I moved this back just a little bit. So I took this off again. I used my socket wrench because I did not have a 10 millimeter wrench that I could find anyway, or that I cared to look for. So I had to take this off, use my ratchet, loosen up both of these, pull this back just a little bit, not all the way back, but just a little bit, to give a little bit more tension over here. So there's still a little give in that spring there, just a little bit of give. Our belt here looks like that. So I'm curious as to what you guys think of that tension there. Too much tension, too little? I really have no frame of reference as far as that goes, but I thought that this was a fairly decent amount of tension for that. Okay, well there you have it. We have our original John Deere belt back onto the tractor. Took it for a spin, works pretty well. We had some high grass today, wet grass, kind of miserable and overcast here. But anyway, it cut through it very smoothly. I think it's actually cutting better now than it did before. I actually took the opportunity to sharpen my blades. I was using my new drill grinder bit to sharpen the blades, so I didn't show that to you because it's the first time I'd ever done it. But anyway, they seem to be working pretty well. So, original John Deere belt. I'm curious as to what you think. Are you going to go that way, or are you going to go generic? Let me know in the comments below. Any suggestions, any thoughts? I'm very interested in your thoughts on the tension on that belt. Okay? All right, thanks for watching again, and take care.